Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In this series of videos, I'm going to show you how I create this basic Space Invaders game using P5. And it's a very simple version of the game. We see we're going to start out with 12 aliens organized in 2 rows. There's 2 different types of aliens. There's a very simple animation happening where the little aliens are moving their little legs. And we also see that they will move across the screen, and when they get to the far edge, they will move down 1 row and then return back to the other side. And so we're going to learn how to do this. Obviously, we also have a ship at the bottom, and it shoots little pink dots. And when all the aliens are gone, game over. Okay, let's learn how to make this simple game. I have the P5 editor open at editor.p5js.org. I make sure I'm logged in so I can save my work. Let's give this sketch a name, Space Invaders. The first thing you should do is put your name on your work. We'll do that here. In this first step, we're going to just create the ship at the bottom of the screen. To do that, we're going to need a variable. We'll use let to declare a variable. We'll call it ship. We're also going to reset the size of our canvas to 600 by 400. And we're going to reset the frame rate to 10. This is a little slower than normal, but I want the animations of the little aliens that we're going to make in step 2 to look a little bit more like the traditional game. So we're going to slow that frame rate down. Now, in order to use our ship, we're going to have to create a class called ship. And then we'll have to take our variable, ship with a little s there, and set it to a new ship, capital S. And this will use the constructor method of the ship class to create a new ship. All right, let's go over and add a new file. Open up the file window and choose create file. We're going to call it ship.js and add that file to our sketch. We see it here now. It's now an empty file. This ship class, we're going to declare with a capital S, ship. And every class needs a constructor. A constructor is a specialized method of the class that is used when we make new objects of that class. To refer to the properties of each ship that we make, we're going to use this dot and then the property name to define the property. The X value on the 2-dimensional axis is going to be set to half the width of the window. And the Y value should be set to the height of the window minus 20. Let's make that minus 10. This will cause the ship to be drawn just slightly above the bottom of the screen. I'm going to set the width, let's spell that out to be really clear, the width of the ship to 60 and the height of the ship to 10. We're also going to control the direction of the ship on the x-axis. It will move back and forth. We're going to call that the x direction. And when the game first starts, it will be set to 0. Now, to display our ship on the screen, we're going to create a method called show. And in here, we're going to do all the drawing of our ship. We're going to fill it with a nice green color. We're going to turn off the stroke, and we're going to draw 2 rectangles, one on top of the other. We must use the this.x, this.y, this.width, and this.height. All right, I'd like to go over now back to our sketch file and test this and see if we can see anything of this drawing so far. Let's go back to sketch.js. And again, we've declared a variable called ship. It's in the global scope, meaning it's not inside of any other function. In our setup, we declare a new ship using the ship class that we just created. And then we're going to come down into our global draw function here, we're going to set our background to black. No, actually, I think it'll be a really dark gray, which would be 50. And then we're going to want to call the show function that we just created of our ship object. Now, this is, if I test this right now, I'm going to want to save everything here. And if I test it right now, I'm not going to see anything. In fact, I'm going to get an error. It says here down at the bottom, and learning to read and understand your errors is an important part of becoming a programmer. Ship is not defined on line 11. So right here, I'm saying new ship, but it's not defined. That's because whenever you add a new file, like we did here with the ship.js, every time you add one to your project, you need to add it to the index file. So let's copy this line, go down a line here, paste it in, and let's go ahead and change this one to ship.js. We now see that because we're auto refreshing, that this is refreshed and now it's working great. We have this ship, which is a small green rectangle at the bottom of the screen. It is 60 pixels wide and 10 pixels high. Perfect. Now our ship doesn't look quite like we want it to look, so we're going to go back to the ship class. Remember we said there would be one rectangle on top of another. So we've drawn the bottom rectangle. Let's draw another one. But what we need to do is take the this.x, this.y, and we need to shift them over a little bit. So take the x and add 20 to it. Take the y and subtract 10 from it. That will move it up the screen a little bit. And then make it a little smaller, 20 by 10. And now we can see we're drawing one small rectangle on top of another. That looks like a ship. Another important thing that our ship needs to do is to move. So we're going to create a move method inside our ship class. And the move method is going to take the x of our ship and add to it this dot direction, which we see, this dot x direction, which we defined above as 0. That'll change later. And we're going to take that and multiply that by 10 just to speed it up a bit. So right now, because it's set to 0, we're not going to move at all. But we're going to also incorporate a way to change the x direction to another value. To change the value of x direction, we'll need another method. We'll call it set direction. We'll need to give it a parameter of direction. And all we'll do is take the x direction and set it to the new direction that we pass in as a parameter. Okay, your ship class should look like this at this point. So let's test our game. And we see, however, that even if we press keys or whatever, our ship doesn't move. That's because we need to add our key press event handlers to our sketch file. So let's go back to sketch.js and let's add a new method down below here. We're going to use the key pressed method that's built in to P5, key pressed. And we'll use an if statement that asks if the key code of the key that's pressed equals triple equal sign, all caps, right underscore arrow. Again, that's a constant that's built into P5, understands it as the right arrow key. If the right arrow key is pressed, we're going to take our ship.setDirection method and pass in the value of 1. And 1 being a positive number will cause the ship to move to the right, which is in the positive direction on the x-axis. Then, as an else clause, we'll add else if key code equals left underscore arrow ship.setDirection is given the value of -1, which will then cause it to move on the x-axis towards the left or towards 0. Now, before we test this, we also need to add our ship.move method, which we wrote earlier inside our ship class. All right, let's go ahead and save this, test it, press a key, and what do you know? It starts moving in that direction. just as we intend. However, the one thing it doesn't do is it doesn't stop. It continues to move in the direction after we press the key. Test this in your own game to make sure it works that way. So this isn't quite the behavior we want. We want the ship to stop moving when we no longer have the key pressed. So we're going to have to add another event listener here, and I'm going to add a comment here, key event handlers, because that's what these are. I'm going to add another function called key released. Again, another built-in function in P5. And what we're going to do is take the ship and set the direction back to 0, which is what it originally was, which means the ship will no longer move. Let's test it. One thing you have to know is in order to test this, you do have to click inside the black canvas area here to bring focus to the game for the keyboard. And then once you do that, if you press, now I can press and hold, and the ship will move in the direction of the key press. But when I stop pressing, it will move. It'll stop moving because set direction has been set back to 0. Okay, that's it for step 1 of this tutorial. It'll be a series of 3 videos to complete this game. Follow these directions and get your ship to move as you see in the video here, and then come back for the next video. Thanks for watching.